Hey everybody, welcome back to 2 Acres Evolving. Today it is pretty rainy outside, so I thought that it would be a good day to come in and go through some of your comments that you've left on some of my videos and go through some of the questions and some of the suggestions that you all have had. And then after I do that, I have some more tomato plants that I need to separate and get potted up. And then if I can get a break in the rain, I want to take you around and show you some of the plants that have popped up and are starting to look really good. That'll probably be at the end of this video. So starting with the comments, the first one says, I love my hostas and have 30 plus different varieties in my shade gardens. I found that it's much easier to divide them by simply rinsing off the entire root ball once I dig it out of the ground. Usually I can divide them with little or no damage to the foliage or roots using that method. You will also discover that you'll end up with twice as many plants from one clump of hostas because you won't damage the roots or foliage. I just thought you might want to try this when you divide the other two hostas that haven't emerged from the ground. So I went out there earlier today. If you remember from that video, I dug up 2 of the hostas that were in front of my house, and the other 2 that were out there hadn't popped up yet, so I was waiting on those. I went out there today and they have a few shoots, a couple of inches long, that have popped up. So those hostas are ready to be dug up now, and I'm definitely going to try this method and see if I can get more hosta plants off of those 2 that have just now popped up. I'll be sure to do a video on that to show you how well it does. The next one says, is there any truth to plant after Good Friday? Does that mean don't plant flowers until then? I would say it probably depends on the area that you're in. If you're in a northern state, you're probably not going to want to plant anything before then and probably even after then. But if you're in a southern state, you could probably plant before Good Friday. Now, I have planted a few things out in the landscape already, and I planted those before Good Friday, but for the majority of the plants that I'm going to be putting in, like annuals, I'll probably put those in around the second week of May. I just want to make 100% sure that all of the freezing temperatures are in the past, and I won't have to worry about covering them or worrying about them dying in the freezing temperatures. So it's really based on your area. I would say to go by, if you go on to Google and look up your zip code and your last average frost date, I would say to at least go by that. The next one says, have you thought about using large stones in your layout? Absolutely. I have some very large rocks that are in the lot next door. I have quite a few of them actually. And if I can figure out a way to move those, then yes, I do plan on using those. I have one specific plan for those large rocks, and that's going to be in the lot next door. But all the extra ones, I plan on moving over here and using them in different areas. The next one says, you also can grow tomatoes upside down just for content. Why not? Would be a fun experiment. So I will definitely have enough tomato plants to do quite a few different things. And I've never tried growing tomato plants upside down before, but I've seen it online, and it's something that I definitely will try this year since I have all these tomato plants and I need to find uses for them anyway. So I'll definitely be testing out growing them upside down on several different varieties. The next one says, does your family use all the tomatoes or do you can them? So yes, my family does like tomatoes a lot, so we'll definitely eat quite a few of them. I'll more than likely be giving a lot of them away, and I also do want to try canning this year. I've never done it before, and I've done a little bit of research on it, and it looks very interesting. So that is something that I will definitely be trying this year. And I'll be doing videos on the canning as well, so you all can see if I am successful at it or if I fail miserably. There's no telling how that will go. The next one says, is the walkway to the plant room going to be grass also? And what kind of trees are in the flower beds? So the pathway from my yard to the plant room, I'm going to be mulching that area in, and there's also going to be stepping stones, probably 3 of them. I'll have to see exactly how much space there is, but either 2 or 3 stepping stones from the yard to the plant room. And then the trees that are in the flower beds, they're just regular oak trees. The next one says, have you tried moon plants? They only bloom at night and have large white blooms and are like a bush. No, I have not tried those yet. However, when I was at Lowe's recently, I was looking for some seeds and I saw morning glory seeds, and then I saw seeds for those moon flowers as well. So I haven't picked up any of those seeds yet, but the next trip to Lowe's, I'm definitely going to pick some of those up because I have a chain link fence over on the side of my backyard, and I want to grow morning glories on those, and I'm thinking about doing those moonflowers as well. I think that'll look really good on that chain link fence. The next one says, that seems like a pretty good tiller. What kind is it? So that tiller has done a fantastic job. I've really been happy with it. It's a Sunjo electric tiller, and the model number is TJ603E. If I can find a link to it, I will put that down in the description below. The next one says, Corey, have you ever tried to propagate any of your hydrangeas? Yes, accidentally. So when I planted those hydrangeas back in October of 2019, I believe. They were the hedge of hydrangeas that I have back behind my rock pond with my water wheel. When I planted those, they were in a 1-gallon container and they were really small. So that winter, I believe in January of 2020, a couple months after I planted them, my dogs were running back there and accidentally broke one of them. So I went out there and got the piece that broke off, and I took it inside, and I thought, well, I'll see what happens. So I cut it up into 2 different cuttings and stuck those cuttings in a glass of water, and they rooted. It took about 2 months for them to root, and then I potted them up. And actually, I still have them potted up out there. I haven't found a place for them yet. I don't know if I'm going to plant them in my landscape. I may take them over to my parents' house and plant them up. It's raining right now, so I can't take my camera out there, but I will bring them in here so I can show you what they look like now. But here's what they look like now. When I planted them up, they were maybe 3-4 inches above the soil, and now they're about 2 foot tall. So it's taken a couple of years. I started these in January of 2020, and here we are in April of 2020. So a little over 2 years, and they've gotten to this size, so I've been happy with them. I've got this one right here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's got one branch here that does not have any leaves or buds or anything coming out, so I'll probably just cut that off. But other than that, I fertilized them last year with Hollytone, and then this year I fertilized them with Rosetone, and they seem to love it. So more than likely I'm going to be planting these over at my parents' house. I've just got to find a spot for them. The next one says, Corey, it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on how well the different varieties of tomatoes grow and produce. Please video a taste test on them. So my brother actually brought this up to me the other day. He's very interested as well in seeing how each of the varieties taste, the different tomatoes. So he wants to come over and do a video with me where we both can taste the tomatoes. That way you all will get 2 different opinions, and I'm excited to try them. I've grown the Roma tomatoes that I'm doing this year and the beefsteak tomatoes, but I've never grown the other varieties like the Black Beauty and the Orange Accordion. So those 2 in particular, I'm very excited to try and see how they taste and how they produce this year. The next one says, question, when have you found a good time to find Proven Winners plants available at stores? So this one's a little bit of a tough one. It's a little bit hit and miss, especially at Lowe's. Now, I do know that based on your comment, the Lowe's that you shop at is the same Lowe's that I shop at in Tulsa Hills. So there is a garden center called Southwood Garden Center that they have Proven Winners plants all the time. Every time I'm there, they have Proven Winners plants. Now, it will probably get a little bit easier this year to locate Proven Winners plants because I've heard that Proven Winners is requiring all of their plants that are being sold from garden centers and Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff like that. They all have to be in the white Proven Winners cans from now on. Normally, when I go to Lowe's or the garden center, Proven Winners is the first ones I look for because I really like their plants. So that'll make it a whole lot easier to locate their varieties because they're going to be in Proven Winners cans from now on. So that's all the comments that I have for this video. I really enjoy reading through your all's comments and all of your suggestions. I try to go in and reply to each and every one of the comments because I really enjoy going through and reading from everybody. So if I'm out doing a video on my property and you all have any suggestions for me, be sure to leave them down in the comments because I love reading those. You all have some amazing suggestions for me to try out. And also, if you have any questions for me, be sure to leave those as well. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, actually, let me go get them real quick. So I went and bought some new cups to pot these tomato plants up in. Normally I get the clear plastic cups so that I can watch the root development on all the plants, but Walmart was out of the clear cups unfortunately, so I just went ahead and got red. I need to go in and cut drain holes in the bottom of all these, and then I will separate these tomato plants out. These are a variety called Big Boy. My dad tried this variety last year and he seemed to like it, so I thought I'd get some seeds and try them out this year. So when I cut holes in these, I just cut a hole on the bottom on each side. Okay, so I got all the Big Boy variety potted up and watered in. I could only fit 15 of these plants in this black tray, but I have a total of 16 plants of this variety. So now with this variety, now I have Big Boy, Black Beauty, Orange Accordion, Cherokee Purple, Roma, Beefsteak, and Floridade. 7 different varieties of tomatoes, and I have over 100 tomato plants. So I think I'm set on tomato plants. I don't think I'm gonna start any more this year. Now I'm just really excited to get these in the ground outside and see how they all do. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is going around taking shots of different plants that have popped up. Some of them are blooming right now, but some of them haven't started blooming yet. I still wanted to take pictures of them and share them with you guys because I'm really excited for this season and everything that's popping up right now. So I'll get all those together and add them to the end of this video. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.